Hey there, how are you today? Happy April 20, the day that I'm back to my YouTube channel. Here's the thing, I never really liked the Beatles, okay? Not even a little. I think I liked, 3 songs and that's it. I know, I don't like pizza either. What you're gonna do? You're gonna tell me I'm a horrible person? Go ahead, I'm used to that. But I always liked Paul McCartney. And the other day, I was listening to his music because he dropped this amazing album that is pretty much an album that he already made. But now he's releasing the album again with the same songs, but those songs are imagined by other artists and they are including their own style to the song. So it's pretty amazing. That album cured my depression. But anyways, like I said, I was never really into the Beatles, but the other day I was listening to Paul McCartney and I got into this rabbit hole where I listened to him so much that I got really curious about the Beatles, and because of that I got to listen to their songs as well. And while I was listening to the songs and doing my research, because I was just curious about it and nothing more, I just found out that the Beatles had a really interesting relationship with marijuana. And since today is 420, I thought it would be a good idea to make a video talking about how we changed the way that Beatles were making music. Just so you know, before we start this video, I do not encourage anyone to use any substance. I hope you're smart enough to understand the difference. I just got really curious about the Beatles story and I wanted to share what I found out. Now that you know that, you already liked the video, you got subscribed, I think we're ready to go. That the Beatles were into pop, you already know, but what you probably don't know yet, it's how and who got them into that. And this is not only a very interesting story, but also it's very relevant because it changed the path of music history forever. New York, 1964. Bob Dylan has just made a show and he head back to the Delmonico Hotel where he was staying at, and by coincidence, the Beatles were there as well. So because of that, they all wanted to hang out. Okay, so far so good. So when Bob Dylan got there to hang out with the Beatles, I know that sounds so cool, he wanted cheap wine, but they only had champagne and Bob Dylan wasn't feeling like having champagne. So he told the Beatles that instead of drinking alcohol, they should smoke weed. Yes, not other stuff. Yeah, weed. And then the Beatles got a little confused, look at each other, and then look at Bob Dylan and said, we never smoked before. And then Bob Dylan got confused and said, okay, but what about your song that is about getting high? And then the Beatles were like, we don't have a song about getting high. And Bob Dylan was like, yes, you do. He was talking about this song, I Wanna Hold Your Hand. And now, Bob Dylan, I totally feel you. But actually, the song that he was talking about, I Wanna Hold Your Hands, doesn't say I get high. It says, I can't hide. You know that song, Cool Kids? At the beginning, I used to sing, I wish that I could be like the cool kids, because all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. And then I found out years later that actually the song is, I wish that I could be like the cool kids, not the cookies. So Bob Dylan. Anyways, after that, Bob Dylan decided to introduce the Beatles to the plant, and that's how it all started. I know that after that day, not only the way that the Beatles made music changed forever, and those songs that they made after that became huge influences to all the artists that came after, but also Bob Dylan and the Beatles, they worked together in some really iconic albums that we can make a video just to talk about that, because we're not gonna have time to do that on this one, okay? Anyways, point is that they really liked what they tried, especially Paul McCartney, that said that that was the first time that he was actually thinking. So yeah, that day changed forever the way that the Beatles were making music, and we can tell that by their next album, Help, that if you compare to the previous songs, is an album that is a way more introspective, and also like the elements of the songs on the instrumental, they have more like you know, like, so it got a little more psychedelic. But what I mean is that in the album Help, you can already tell the musical difference. And they really liked the plan, because they not only started to use that a lot and make music about that, but also they became real advocates. I always struggle on pronouncing this word, but you understood, right? And they even signed a petition on England to make it legal. At the time, it didn't really work out, but they did sign the petition. Anyways, getting back to talk about the music, the thing is that they not only changed the way that they made it, but also some songs were about that. Some songs, like With a Little Help from My Friends, for example, is a song that is hardly influenced by it. And I need to tell you, the little help from the Friends is not from the Friends. It's from the plant. Yes, that's what I mean. And there's also this theory that they were so high while recording this music that is why they put Ringo Starr to do the vocals. And honestly, this is one of the songs that I always liked, and I cannot picture this song without the vocals of Ringo Starr. So if they were really high or not, I don't know. But that's the theory, and I think it makes a lot of sense. Okay, the next song, it's a song that is so romantic, so beautiful, a song that was used so many times for people to express their love. I've Got to Get You Into My Life, this really beautiful song that Paul McCartney wrote about her, Mary. And my favorite Beatles song, the only song that I've always liked, Strawberries Field Forever, is a song that not only the instrumental is super trippy, and when I say that it's trippy, I mean that there's a lot going on in the song. There's a lot of elements, a lot of this is the definition of trippy for me. Even in the lyrics they say no, and I think it's in my tree, it must be high or low, and we know it was high. Even though it's pretty chill, the thing is that it's chill, it's addictive, and I guess when you are a genius and a musician, it hits a way different. So they started to overuse, and that wasn't very positive for Dan. In the Help era, for example, when they were shooting the film Help, they were stoned all the time, and it was really hard to work with them. So according to the own members of the band, they were smoking so much that they were pretty much smoking it for breakfast. For Dan, everything was fun, but for the staff that was working with Dan, he wasn't that funny, since they took like forever, pretty much the whole morning, to get through one line of the script. Pretty much all of the Beatles had to do was to look around and look amazed and etc, but they almost could never do it because one, their eyes were always super red, and it's funny that if you look at the pictures of the backstage and etc, you can tell that their eyes were super red, and two, they were always laughing at everything because they were super high and everything was super funny for Dan. So the people who worked with Dan in that film said that it was really hard to put Dan in control because of that. Remember that at the beginning of the video I said that Paul McCartney felt really inspired, like it was the first time that he was actually thinking and etc. I think he was the one that liked it the most, because in the 80s he went to Japan with his solo band and he got arrested. He spent 9 days in the Tokyo Narcotics Detention Center because he was carrying about a half of a pound of marijuana. Anyone knows how much that is? Please let me know, because I got super confused now, but the point is, it was a law, okay? Either way, it was a law. It was enough to get him in jail in Japan, because in Japan, it not only it's illegal, but also they are very strict with things like that. And actually, he could get 7 years in jail. But I mean, he was a Beatle, and apparently the fans were bothering them too much outside of the place that he was arrested. So that's why he got free, if that's how you call it. But anyways, the funny thing is that years earlier they already had a Japanese visa denied. Paul McCartney had a visa denied because he was already arrested in Europe because of the same problem. So yeah, if things weren't easier for Paul McCartney, imagine for you. Anyways, the excuse of Paul McCartney was that he knew that he wouldn't be able to get anything in Japan. That's why he was taking his own stuff, and that makes a lot of sense. But come on, Paul McCartney. I don't know if they got into other stuff after that or not, and honestly I do not care. You kids, don't do drugs and get subscribed to this YouTube channel so you can have a really good and healthy life. But that's it. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I see you next video. Please show me this looks good. Come on. Bye.